not laundry sitting anywhere. I make sure that the dog bowls are cleaned up. I just clean up.
So I have a question. Let's drop a poll.
But I don't clean.
Let's drop a poll for the users. The users.
You're going to find there are people that do this because you want your cleaning people. I want them to focus on actually cleaning, not picking up after you, but cleaning.
After you.
It is after you. Oh, let's be clear.
Hi, welcome to the very first episode of She Said, our newest podcast. I am Pam Pryor, CFO to entrepreneurs, author, speaker, and basically I balance the books.
And I'm Deb Reinhard. I am a certified life coach, and I work with Deepak Chopra and his organization, and I pretty much balance Pam.
And each week in this podcast, we're going to dive into business, into marriage, into home, into life, and just visit the lovely chaos of it all.
And you might catch a few lighthearted arguments here or there.
Let's see what pot we can stir today, Deb.
Yeah, oh boy. All right, let's go.
So it was a big week.
It was a big week.
And the thing we're celebrating, which I think is big, but you're going to have to make sure I understand if it's big, is that you got your master certification from someplace in life coaching. Now, I'm going to preface this. Deb has been studying life coaching, and let's just say that Deb doesn't do anything halfway. So I have had a hard time keeping up with all of the different certifications she's getting, because you know me, I'm like, get one and you're done. But how many, for the people, because you think that I am the one who can't remember this madness.
Yeah.
Exactly what are you doing?
Okay, so after I retired, let's start there. After I retired, I went to the desert, as you well know. She's literally sent me to the desert, where I sat in retreat. I did meditation, yoga every day, morning and night. I learned all about Ayurveda, and I came home and I said, I want to do that. So I signed up with the Chopra organization, and I have,
as in Deepak
himself, and his amazing team. They're just an amazing group of people. And through that program, I am certified to teach meditation. I'm certified to teach people about how to bring Ayurvedic principles into their life to enhance their lives. And I am a certified coach. Then I also decided...
Go on.
I also decided that...
Are you with me now? I've already lost track.
Yeah.
Now just wait till she's done.
So then I came out of corporate.
Short version, or we'll lose them all.
Short version. All right. I also did several programs with an organization called the INLP Center. So I am also a master certified neurolinguistic program person. So
yeah, it's me who can't keep this straight.
And I just completed a certification as a master life coach through them.
And what else are you doing? There's more? But wait, there's more.
Oh, and yeah. So right now I'm just trying to get lots and lots of coaching hours so that I can sit for 2 exams hopefully in November, sitting for the National Board of Health and Wellness Coaches exam. And then sometime not far after that, sitting for my ICF Professional Certified Coach exam.
So what we see here is when you dive into something, you dive into something.
There's no reason to do it half-assed.
Half-assed. There's no reason to get one certification. It's like I should have gotten my master's in college in economics, business, accounting, etc.
You didn't need all that stuff.
You didn't need all that stuff. But anyway, the cool thing is, and this is what I told Deb all along, is she's actually been a coach in her career for how long? How long have you been a coach, for real? Coaching the people on your team as an executive in corporate.
Really, as a leader coach. 25 years?
Yeah, 25 years. So truly you've got the experience to be able to do it. And now you've got all the letters behind your name, which is amazing. But the funny thing is, I totally can't keep track. So she completed something this week that gave her one of these certifications. And I'm like, I think we should celebrate. Do we celebrate this one? I don't know. Is this little or is this big? I'm like, let me try. Hey, want to go to dinner tonight to celebrate?
Yeah.
She's like, yeah, I deserve that. I'm like, yes. It was a big one. So I'm teasing you, but congrats for crossing a massive milestone. The amount of work you have put into this is unbelievable.
Yeah. We're not done.
And we're not done.
And we're not done.
I definitely know that. Anything else big this week? I attended a golf tournament on Monday right before all the heat wave kicked in.
Yep.
So it's like 100 degrees. So we have our typical fights over the air conditioning.
There's no fighting over the air.
Oh, there's fighting.
There's just the reality that you have to close windows and shades and things to keep it a little cooler in the house.
But there's also the door thing upstairs.
I keep the doors open.
So there's this one door to the bathroom that she insists on closing.
Because our dog makes accidents in that bathroom.
Because occasionally one of the dogs might pee there if it's raining out. Not very often. I mean, maybe twice or 3 times in our lifetime. And what it does is that one door throws off the entire air conditioning in the whole house.
It's open.
It wasn't earlier in the week. Let's be honest here.
True.
It's open because I yelled.
It is.
And I did yell.
That's true.
And it should be open.
It's open.
There you go. But those are the only 2 really big eventful things.
And Lindsay getting her job.
Oh my God, yeah, our daughter got officially board approved to her new job at Strathaven.
Yeah, Strathaven High School.
In Pennsylvania. So she'll be a choir director for the high school and is really, really looking forward to it. She loves this current job and all of the kids immensely, but the commute is just unbearable.
Yeah.
It's an hour and 15 or an hour and 30 minutes depending on traffic every day, and it's just not sustainable for a long-time career.
But this sounds like it's going to be a dream.
Sounds perfect.
Yeah. So it's all
awesome. That's the week wrap.
That's the week.
I don't think there's anything else major.
No.
Cool.
I walked a lot of miles.
You did walk a lot of miles. Every morning you get up.
I didn't do it this morning.
It's podcast day. You didn't have time.
It is podcast day.
It's recording day. You'll have to walk later in the 100-degree heat.
On the treadmill, in the freezing cold.
Murphy looks like he's bored already.
He's asleep.
Night, night. So Tuesday was a banner day because the dog walker came in and said, Diego has pooped.
Yes.
Diego, our Bernedoodle, who is asleep on the floor there, pooped, which normally you would think is not a cause for celebration.
We monitor his poop. Why do we monitor his poops?
He eats things.
All the things.
Little things. Well,
Sucks.
not just little things.
No, he's picky about what thing.
And this week we were particularly worried because he's got this we have these indestructible dog toys, which really just means it takes them a little longer to destroy them than normal. I have not found any. In fact, if you know of a truly indestructible dog toy out there, drop it in the comments because I will pay you for it.
We will test them. We will test indestructible dog toys.
We will test them.
And let you know if they're really indestructible because they'd have to get through him.
Yeah, which is next to impossible. So what this one is an octopus, pretty big, and it's got these long legs. And all of a sudden...
I think it's a pentapus. It only has 5 legs. Yeah.
Is there such a thing as a pentapus?
I just made one.
There's a thing with legs. It's a thing with legs. However many legs it had, all of a sudden we looked and there was a hole at the top of where one leg should be attached.
Yes.
And there was no sign of the leg.
No.
And the leg is about...
And the squeaker was on the floor.
And the squeaker was on the floor. And the leg was about this long with stuffing in it. And I said, oh, nothing to worry about. Squeaker's on the floor, so he didn't eat anything. And Deb immediately assumed he was going to die.
I didn't assume he was going to die. I got mad at him.
How many times this week did you tell me, watch him, watch him, watch him?
Right. Because he's stupid. He's just stupid. And that was like, seriously, Pam, that was like 2 inches worth of pentapus tentacle that he ate. That was gone.
That's all? I thought it was like all 12, which is why I was actually kind of concerned.
No.
If I had known it was 2, I would have really poo-pooed it, no pun intended.
Yeah. Cute.
It was only 2 inches?
Yeah, it was like
that would pass through
maybe
him
3
in a
inches.
heartbeat.
No, because it had all of that edging on it, and it had stuffing in it. He ate a lot
now
of crap.
I feel like I've wasted concern.
You did not waste
2
concern.
inches, probably without
How
stuffing.
long did it take him to poop?
A day.
No, it was longer than a day.
Oh my God, there you go with the
It was longer than a day,
exaggeration.
remember? Because she came in and she said, he pooped, but it was really a little bit. And
no, that was the day before that.
That was the day after he ate it. It's taken him this long
If we're
to
going to do this podcast, you have to tell the truth.
I am
You can't
telling the truth.
exaggerate.
You just don't remember because you're sitting in the chair.
Speaking of which,
because you're in the chair.
So this is another thing we have to watch out for, though, too, because I have a nest, The Nest is a recliner that I just love, where I have everything I need to basically live for a week, I think. So I've got, you know, water, coffee, you name it, pencils, computers, everything I need, all the cords I need. And I'll eat in that chair occasionally.
You will do everything in that chair. If you could pee in that chair, you'd be in that chair.
Oh, that would be gross.
No, I mean if it had, you know.
Right,
Yeah,
okay.
but like.
Ooh, I wonder if they make one of those.
No.
Okay.
Literally.
Anyway, my point is that crumbs drop. When you eat in a chair, crumbs drop. It just happens, right? And so also things drop.
Yeah.
And there's this little like flap of cloth when the thing's reclined. And if something falls down into the side of the chair, it drops into that cloth.
Like all the things.
And it's got Velcro on it. And I kind of worry because if Diego ever got back there, he could grab something out of that. But literally, like every other day, I'll pull the Velcro off and like just stuff pens, phones.
That's where the remote controls end up.
Remote controls fall out of the flap.
Yeah.
And I seal it back up because we can never find the remote when we need it.
Because why?
Because it falls in there.
Because who didn't take care of the remote control?
So that's not the point here at all. The point is that stuff falls. And so one of the things that I always say I so appreciate about you is that our house is always clean.
It has to be.
So things like that really don't get too messy because you vacuum how often?
Like every other day.
What was that? I don't think we can hear you.
Every other day. I would do it every day if these guys didn't attack the vacuum cleaner, but like every other day.
Now, I'm going to mock Deb relentlessly now, just because this is something that cracks me the heck up.
Right.
But know that even though I'm going to mock her relentlessly, I absolutely appreciate that our house is always immaculate. But not like that immaculate that makes you feel uncomfortable because it's so clean and shiny. It's like immaculate but comfortable. So like, I will complain because that's what I do. But genuinely not complaining, genuinely grateful for how awesome you keep the house.
Thank you.
But, or should I say and?
And?
When the cleaners are coming, let me get the question out.
I think the dog walkers are here.
Let me get the question out.
No, I hear
the
people
dog walkers
upstairs.
are here?
I think the dog walkers are here.
Francis, can you let them know the puppies are down here? So one of the things I really appreciate is how clean you keep the house. Like, this house is always ready for company, which is wonderful.
Which is as it should be.
Which is wonderful. There's no shoulds in life, remember? Right? So the thing that's very cool about that is it's always clean, always picked up and kind of fresh feeling, but it's not like so clean that you're afraid to put a cup down or live in it, which is amazing. And before I go into this, I want everybody to know I appreciate that no end. I have not had to clean a toilet in 33 years, and I could not be more grateful. It is a gift beyond all gifts that I didn't expect when I got married, which is beautiful. But now, and we have cleaning people who come in every other week now.
Yes. They used to come in every week.
They used to come every week. Now they come every other week. However,
I might have been a little less crazy every week, but
I have a genuine question for you.
Yes.
You will clean the house before the cleaners come.
I will make sure. No.
You didn't let me ask my question.
Okay, go ahead.
Why?
No, go.
That was my question.
Oh, why?
Why would you clean the house before the cleaners come?
Right.
Wait, let me finish the sentence. To clean the house.
So let me be very, very clear. She's making one very important misstatement. I don't clean the house before the cleaning people come. I make sure everything is picked up and put in its place. So I don't leave cups out. Everything is picked up. It goes into the dishwasher. I make sure that all of the laundry is cleaned and put away so that there's not laundry sitting anywhere. I make sure that the dog bowls are cleaned up. I just clean up.
So I have a question. Let's drop a poll.
But I don't clean.
Let's drop a poll for the users. The users.
You're going to find there are people that do this because you want your cleaning people. I want them to focus on actually cleaning, not picking up after you, but cleaning.
After you.
It is after you. Oh, let's be clear. Let's be very clear.
So let's do a little poll. Feel free to vote in the comments wherever you're watching or listening to this. Did what Deb just described qualify as cleaning the house or not? So let's start to find out how the she said audience divides up here. Is that not cleaning? Is there a difference between cleaning and picking up? Now, mind you that for everybody else that the cleaning people do this work for, and they're really, really good. They're amazingly good, and we're grateful. They do the picking up too.
No, they don't know. But if everything is picked up, Pam, then the focus is on making sure that cleaning is really done well. Really done well.
What would be the difference between average cleaning and cleaning well? Just curious.
Like these cleaning ladies, like they will actually move the furniture so that they make sure that any dust bunnies that come from having too many dogs get cleaned out, which is wonderful. Okay. So that is a big bonus.
That's a big plus.
They do a nice job of like wiping down the baseboards, which I really appreciate. Not every time.
Okay, so those are the things that qualify as really cleaning. So we want to open up as much time as possible for that. That's why we pick up.
Well, because they get everything. They do all the other things too. But all of those, yes, because I see those. Like I hate seeing it.
Which is funny because I barely see the furniture in the room.
You don't see the furniture.
The furniture truly will move overnight. Deb loves moving furniture. That's a story for another day. But I will actually trip over furniture that's moved since I was downstairs the day before. So, but I don't notice that kind of stuff. Yeah. That's absolutely true.
You don't like the.
Does that happen for you? Do you find that like, if you're in a living together relationship, that one person sees things like that and the other truly doesn't see it, and the one who sees the things totally cannot grasp how you can not see it? And that's a brain thing, I think. But like, I focus
not to see it.
No, I focus on other things. Yeah. That's all. It's not a choice not to see it.
It is a choice not.
It's a choice to see what's more important to me. I think that's the key.
All right. I do like that. I like that, actually.
We're going to go with it?
We're going to go with that.
Perfect.
I'm team crap for this one, by the way.
No. No. Are you serious?
Kaya is the same way as you are. She's like very needs everything to be very specific. Man, I'm like, but we
still get it.
Vacuumed 2 days ago.
Yeah. The other thing is like, if I put a cup down on the table, next time I get up, I'll take it where it needs to go. Or if the bed needs to be made, I'll make it when I go upstairs. I never get a chance to because it's always done. And then that becomes something that appears to be calculated, which it's not at all. It's just my schedule would have it done when I happen to be up there the next time.
Because her schedule's more important. Like at the end of the day, yes, that is truly it. Because if you were caring about how I felt about that, you would be like, oh, you want to have the bed done? I'll put down my day trading for a moment and come upstairs and make a bed with you.
There you go.
But then is that not you putting your schedule over hers?
Oh, great point.
Great
point from behind the camera.
The small number of times when I ask that of her, like the small.
Well, when you ask, I always do it. If you
never
ever ask, I do it in a second.
I stopped asking.
You don't ask.
I stopped asking.
Which is not very productive, because then how do I even know to change my schedule?
You wouldn't do it.
I'm just saying. It's all about communication.
33 years. It hasn't. It just doesn't.
Yeah, but making the bed every morning is like within the last few years. That hasn't always been a thing. It's just a current thing that happens.
No, the making the bed in the morning, that's different. Like that's easy. Like that truly, I have that that's like in my Zen routine. That just is a part of the day. I thought you were talking about when I changed the sheets. That is definitely calculated. That you do that.
Oh, it's not calculated at all.
Absolutely.
I would just do it. In fact, it happened this weekend. Sheets were done, and Deb's like, at 2:30 in the morning. I finished the sheets. I'm ready to go make the bed.
No.
6:30 in the morning.
No.
I finished the sheets. I'm ready to go make the bed. I'm like, I just sat down with my coffee. I'm waking up. Leave the sheets in my room. And actually, this weekend, this weekend I said, leave the sheets in the room. Don't touch them. I will make the bed when I go upstairs.
Yeah.
And you left it. And guess what happened? I made the bed when I went upstairs.
No, you didn't.
Well, I put the pillowcases on.
Thank you.
But that's just because you didn't leave it. But I would have. I totally would have.
Just leave me the pillowcases.
No, there's somebody said, I said, leave it and I'll get it when I go upstairs.
There's
And you don't even have to be in the room. So like your schedule's weird because why would you schedule to make a room neat that you're not going to be in again till later? If I'm going to get it before you're ever in it again.
Because then my brain is clear. Like my brain is clear. When I come downstairs and everything is made upstairs and everything's done, like beds are all,
peace.
and I know the cat litter's cleaned out and the cat's taken care of. I come downstairs and I know, like, okay,
See, I just call that.
if we have company tonight, I can send them upstairs. Not a problem. Everything is clean. Right? I don't have to worry about it.
So I would just make the beds at 4 before they got there.
No, you wouldn't. You'd be like, I've got so much to do, Deb. Can you please make sure that the beds are made before anybody gets here? I'm sitting here. Emergency, urgent client call. I need to do this.
Wow. Do I sound that pathetic?
Yes, sometimes you do.
That's
when you
scary.
use that little whiny voice, the little one. You know the one I'm talking about.
I do know the
It's
one.
almost it's the same one.
I could.
How could that be?
More, please. One day you ought to bellow back.
Yeah.
More? More?
I could.
Oliver.
I could.
You should. That would make it kind of interesting.
It's all right.
That would shake
I
me
don't
out
mind-
of it.
Don't mind serving you.
I love it. Anyway, the bed's made this morning.
I know.
I would have made it when I went back up from my shower to get dressed. But it was made before I got up there.
Yes, it was.
So it does work out well for me, but it is not planned no matter what she says. And again, don't forget to drop your vote in. Is cleaning the same as picking up? And do you clean if you have cleaners or if you have somebody who does the work for you? Do you clean before they clean? Just
Yeah.
curious. Here's what you need to do with that one. On the clean thing, Team Pam or Team Deb?
Team Deb. Yeah.
Pick carefully. Hey, we are so glad you're here for She Said, She Said. And I want to explain our wonderful set, which Deb and the team, Francis and Wen, put together beautifully. We are down in our basement. You can't hear it, but our air conditioner's humming in the background. And this set really got put together with an awful lot of thought. And the bookcases here are an example of that, where the bookcase on Deb's side has a whole bunch of stuff that Deb loves. And the bookcase on my side has a whole bunch of stuff that I love. So periodically, we'll just grab something from the shelf randomly and tell you about it and why it kind of represents us or why it's got meaning to us. So Deb, go for it. What's something on your side that's got a story?
Okay. I know it. I know
You got it?
Which one? Yeah. I know the best.
Here, I'll be Deb for a second. Oh, let's get this to the dishwasher.
Stop it. This is what I'm picking.
Oh, that is a picture of you and
It is a
Lindsay.
picture of Lindsay and I out by the Tour Eiffel.
Who's Lindsay?
The Eiffel Tower. Lindsay, our daughter. And I love this picture. We have matching ones of Lindsay and me and Lindsay and Pam. I don't think we didn't have anybody to take all three of us. So it was
No, we
like
didn't.
It was like in
We kept
twos.
swapping the camera.
Twos. But this was just such a wonderful trip.
How long ago was
have
that now?
This memory. I want to say
She in 9th or 10th grade?
she was, yeah, I want to say she graduated in 2016, right?
Yeah.
So this might have been 2014.
So about 10 years ago.
Maybe 10 years ago.
Yeah.
A wonderful trip. We took her. She's like a fluent French speaker from high school. She just is really adept with languages, and we went all through town. Museums, restaurants, and she spoke us through all the things that
You
we
guys
did. It
walked
was
all the
wonderful.
steps up
We
to, what was
did.
it called? Mont something?
We did.
There's a chapel or a
Yes.
little chapel way up on top of the hill. I don't know how many
Yes.
stairs.
Montmartre.
I took one look and
It was-
said, I'm out.
It was wonderful.
I'm going to go get a beer. You guys have
We
fun.
did. We went all the way up to the top, and then of
Was
course
it exhausting?
It was a lot of stairs.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. It was a lot of stairs, but
Did you hustle up or did you walk like casually?
it was a steady pace.
Okay.
It was a steady pace.
Did anybody get grumpy?
No.
Like, really?
No.
Wow. Was it really crowded?
What was really disappointing is we got to the top and we couldn't get into the church.
Why not?
I can't remember why.
Oh, it was too late. They had just closed,
I
I think.
don't even remember what it was. I don't remember what it was, but I do remember that we got all the way to the top and we could not get it.
If anybody
to church.
remembers the name of that little chapel at the top of the hill in Paris, drop it in the comments because I'm just drawing a blank
But it
on
was
it.
beautiful. The view over the city was worth.
And it wasn't
worth the climb.
cloudy. It wasn't cloudy.
Yeah.
That to me was probably more worth it than the chapel. I mean, you can go in a chapel kind of anywhere, but that view you can't get.
Yeah.
So that was cool. I missed out on that, and that was back in the days before my bionic
your knee
knees.
surgery.
So
Yeah.
now I'd just not be in shape enough to do it, but it wouldn't hurt at least. But yeah, that's a really cool picture. Okay.
Right.
I'm just going to
What do you
blindly
think?
grab. Like I'm not actually. You grab something and hand you, but don't pick. Just randomly. Like close your eyes and grab.
Okay.
Oh, that was you.
That was me. Don't grab me.
I do your thing. All right, what do we have here? Oh, I love this. You're going to have to get a close-up of this, a picture of this, Francis, and do a close-up because there's a lot of detail here. But when I was in my 20s, well, actually, when I was 17, I knew I wanted to become an accountant. It was what I wanted to do my whole life. I knew it. I was really lucky that way. And I'd gone to college, got my accounting degree, and was living in Delaware at the time with 3 other roommates.
Okay.
And my very best friend, Nancy, got me this for one of my birthdays. And just to explain this, I used to have curly hair.
A perm.
perm.
Back in the day.
And I used to wear white earrings, the same white earrings, almost all the time. And this is a ledger in this hand. And this is a calculator with a long tape in this hand, which has another story because I was the geek at work when I worked for DuPont who had the entire department do a how to do a tape calculator race. And we each got the same number of numbers and had to add them up as quickly as we possibly could. There was like 30 people in the freight payment unit at DuPont. So I orchestrated that competition along with a few others. And I won. You know, what can I say? And then just basically this sort of represents, I had this dress that had a big fat white collar on it. And yes, I did actually wear dresses back in the day. And I have kept this and treasured it my entire life. And it kind of represents
when I first met you.
You know, quirky fun accounting as opposed to just straight-laced, boring accounting. And it makes me think fondly of Nancy every time I look at it. So that was a good grab.
Awesome.
That was a good grab. Perfect.
That was great. Let's wrap it up with just a closeout for thanks for watching the first episode. You know, make sure you subscribe. We're really excited to be doing this podcast for you guys. Yeah, he's gonna be careful.
Can eat it.
Those lines, like, comment, subscribe.
Okay, got it.
Just a quick one, and we're going to keep rolling straight through.
Awesome.
Alrighty.
So Diego is here for our goodbye, but we are so glad you joined us for the first episode. Hope it entertained you. We've had a great time doing it. We have so much lined up for this podcast going forward that, well, really, we're having fun. We're talking about things that are real, though. And it's good to know you're not alone out there with some of the stuff that goes on in households, in businesses, with pets, with kids, etc. So we're really glad you're here. It would help us a ton if you would like and subscribe. And I'm asking you to do that so we can get this off the ground and out to as many people as we can. Y'all have a great week, and we'll see you here next week.
Thanks, Pam.
I like that. Let's try
we need to split it though, don't we? Yeah.
Let's try 1 or 2 more, and maybe
I don't think she plays there.
Well, it's hard. I'm so used to having to
to
do the whole thing.
The only person.
Yeah, I'm so used to having to do the whole thing.
Weird switch off. Like last week,
Yeah.
it was funny when we stopped doing this one and we started
Yeah.
cash flow. It was like you were kind of in your groove, but it was still like
It was
you were
weird.
looking over kind of
Yeah.
to the chair.
So yeah, and I noticed that like during all the segments, it's almost like I'm interviewing as
Yes.
opposed to. So I need to get it. We'll get there.
Banter is really, really good.
We'll
but
get
I
there.
think, you just kind of, it's weird. You know, it's like most of the time I'm telling you to keep going and dial.
Yeah,
it up,
and now it's like dial it down.
Just settle it in and just kind of like balance it out. But this is great. Let's just try it 1 or 2 more
Yeah.
times.
Okay.
Okay.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for joining us today. We really look forward to doing this every week. I hope you've gotten a lot out of it. I think there's going to be a lot about relationships that we talk about that a lot of people are going to relate to.
Yeah. And I think for your cash flow audience, it'll be nice to kind of just get a sense of what it's like life behind the scenes of an entrepreneurial family.
Look who popped up.
And we've got Diego for
I'm an entrepreneur.
Say goodbye.
I'm an entrepreneur.
But if you liked what you heard today and you want to hear more, please like, comment, subscribe. We are looking forward to hearing all about what you think about the podcast. And we'll see you back here next week.
Awesome. Thanks again.